Tree Country 1330 WTRE. It is 10:01 on this Wednesday morning. We've got Greensburg Community Schools in with us this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are already in the latter part of the first semester. This school year has flown by.
Yeah, we just past Friday was midterms for second 9 weeks. So final exams December 18th and 19th. They'll be here before we know it.
It has been a busy season already. You want to give us some of the updates going on throughout the school?
Yeah, just as I was saying there, we do have the midterm reports that parents can reach out on Skyward and their Skyward app for their students and look at those. We've got Thanksgiving break coming up here right around the corner for November 26th to 28th. And as I said, final exams coming up December 18th and 19th. We'll have a lot more information going out to parents from their classroom teachers and also on Parent Square, especially after Thanksgiving break and Christmas break that just doesn't seem like it's that close, but it is December 22nd to January 2nd for Greensburg schools. So those are just some of those things, and I'll let Coach Meyer talk about some of the athletic things we have going on. We were really happy last month also to have a big induction for National Honor Society. We had over 50 students.
That's amazing.
Yeah, inducted last month, so that was great. And also shout out to both our band and choral departments. Their winter concerts are coming up in December for choir. That'll be December 7th at 3 p.m., and that's both junior high and high school. And then for the band, it's December 14th at 3 p.m. Again, junior high and high school, and those are on Sunday afternoons.
It's just crazy to think we're talking about Christmas already.
Yes, it is.
From your perspective, getting through this first semester, how has the overall been, just getting back in the swing? And
It's been great. We've had a really successful school year so far. And when we came back to start November, I couldn't believe that it was only 6 Fridays to Christmas break when you kind of started mapping things out and you sit down and you go, whoa, wait a second, because it has gone so fast, and kids are doing a great job. Our teachers and staff are doing a phenomenal job at the high school. So just a big shout out and a big thank you to all of them for everything they're doing.
Just keeps rolling along, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. We've got Coach Meyer in today. It's been a busy sports season already for this year. Great success happening in Greensburg High School.
It really has, and we were talking before we were on the air of, we're wrapping up the fall season, and here our girls basketball team's already played 2 games. So, and some of that's good. Our fall sports, we had some teams have some great success. So, let me give you a quick wrap up of our fall teams here. Our cross country team, great year this year. The boys were conference champs. Joe Hawkins was our conference MVP. The boys and girls both advanced to regional, and we had 2 state qualifiers in Eleanor Davis and Joe Hawkins. So a great cross-country season. Our boys soccer this year, their record was 11-6-1. We had 4 all-conference players, 5 players that qualify for academic all-state, and we made it to the sectional final. We were sectional runner-up this year, so really good season for the boys. Our girls soccer finished 7-9, had 2 all-conference players, and 8 girls that qualified for academic all-state.
Wow.
Yeah. So
very cool.
It is. Our girls golf, they finished 3rd in sectional, which allowed them to advance into regional, had 1 all-conference player. And speaking of golf, right now, we are in the midst of putting together a golf simulator. I got to give a shout out to our maintenance crew, too. They're currently putting it together.
Okay.
So this will allow our golf teams in the winter during limited contact to get in and practice.
Oh, nice.
So we're fortunate. It's going to be in the upstairs of our ag building. We're fortunate to have that space for one. But, yeah, it's a new addition to our athletic facilities.
So will this kind of be like the 3D simulator? Is that what I'm thinking?
Yes,
same concept?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, how cool.
So it'll be really nice. And, we can get our junior high teams in there in the winter as well. So we're really excited about that.
Very exciting.
Our boys tennis team was 11-7 this year. We had the conference MVP in Mason McNulty. So shout out to Mason for having a great season. Our volleyball team finished 28-2. They were sectional and conference champs. We had 4 all-conference players and 4 academic all-state players. We had the conference MVP in Maya Cummer, and Maya Cummer and Victoria Steer were all voted to the all-district team. So they had an outstanding season.
They did, very successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then our football team finished 4-8 this year. They were sectional runner-up, made it to the sectional final game. We had 6 all-conference players, and we won 4 of our last 6 games. So kind of a quick roundup of our fall season. Very successful, and looking forward to getting into the winter. Like I said, our girls' team's already played 2 basketball games.
I want to touch on football for a moment because, we all know we've had a couple years of struggle with football, but I feel, and I think the community as a whole too, we really saw that football team come back together this year, and especially towards the end of the season, they just took off.
Oh my goodness. And like I said, we won 4 of our last 6 games, but even at the beginning of the season, our first 3 games, we were just a couple possessions away from winning those games, and then kind of got the monkey off our back and beating Batesville 31-30.
What a game that was!
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
And but they did an outstanding. Our coaching staff did an outstanding job. Our kids obviously played very, very well. We had great community support. We had
did.
great Fridays. The weather was awesome. But we had great crowds this year, so really exciting. I think we're back on track.
I think so, and I Principal Myers, for you to kind of watch these guys come back together after a tough couple of years.
Yeah.
To just kind of watch that spark in them. I know all of us here were like, look at them go.
Yeah, and you could see it not just in the building, but also out there on the field. And I think there's a really cool progression of pictures that one of our secretaries that takes a lot of pictures of the team of just the boys getting together before the game. It started off at the first game of the season, maybe about a dozen boys, and I know like before Friday night's game, it was 3/4 of the team all there together, like just having a special moment. It just shows that bond that the boys have really put together, and that they're just really in tune with what the coaches are asking of them.
And watching them come, make it as far as they did postseason and sectional, that for them had to be just elating to be able to step out there and say we're back.
Yeah, and had that 3-0 lead early, and a couple of possessions and a couple of things just didn't go our way in the second quarter, and at the end of the day, Lawrenceburg is the better team, but we showed that we can go out there and we can compete, and we'll get there. We'll get back to where we want to be.
Now, kudos the coaching staff, the players. They've all done a great season this year. I also want to touch on Joe Hawkins. He had an outstanding year cross-country wise. Goodness.
Yes. With everything, like we had mentioned, he was conference MVP, and to advance into the state, and Eleanor Davis on the girls' side. Like when you can get kids qualifying the state, man, that is awesome. And our entire boys team to win the conference is outstanding. So very proud of them.
Yeah.
Very good.
And we just also found out, too, that Joe is going to be running in the Midwest Meet of Champions for cross country. He's on an Indiana All-Star. So
oh, very cool.
Yeah, so they compete against, was it Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan.
Yep.
And so that's this Saturday over in Kettering, Ohio. So it's
very cool.
Gets to lace them up again. So
that's right. One more go, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
And with volleyball, we had only had one loss the entire year. Get it to regional, and it goes 5. And oh my gosh, what an exciting
that
day.
was nail biting. I was here, and I was like, oh my goodness, we got it.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like, it's. Maybe people don't understand that. Like, they were a top 5 team in the state, and to say that, like, you're competing for state championships, and that's pretty cool, and doesn't always come around. But I know Coach Barker's done an outstanding job, and June before her of building that program. So hopefully we can continue it.
They're such a strong team, and you see it as in the youth as they go down.
Mm-hmm.
They've really built that culture. So we're excited for them.
Yes, absolutely.
So as we move into the fall, we've got basketball starting up. So kind of give us a preview of what we're looking forward to.
Well, I know our girls program. We know last year they were state runner-up. They graduated some, but we have a lot of girls coming back this year. They won their first game down at Jacksonville. Got beat last night at Franklin, but we're a little banged up. We have 2 starters out right now. So don't really know. Probably for at least another week or 2, we'll have those 2 starters out. But we're looking for big things with the girls program. I think our boys basketball team is going to be very good this year too. They just started practice this week, and we'll open up like we always do the Tuesday before Thanksgiving with North Decatur, and sometimes that game gets pushed back.
Yeah.
North is with their football success. Unfortunately, both our football teams lost in the sectional, so we'll play that game as scheduled. And then our swimming and our wrestling programs, we're looking for big things in both those. So we're excited. We're excited to get things going in the winter.
Swimming is something that so many kids, I don't realize how many are involved until they start talking about it. And I'm like, wow, you guys have got an amazing swimming team out there.
Yes, and it's one of those sports. It's like cross country. You learn to appreciate it when you get to school. at 6:30 or 7, and the kids are already in the pool swimming. It's like, my goodness, it's 0 degrees outside, and they're in here working. So they work their tail ends off, and so does our wrestling. Like, those are sports maybe that doesn't get the recognition, if you will, all the time. But we have some tremendous athletes.
We're ready for a good season, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely.
As we've moved through kind of the school year, you've already had the fall play has already happened.
That's
for
correct.
Your drama kiddos, but they'll have it in May, right?
We'll have the school musical. We haven't released the musical that we are performing yet. That's coming up very shortly from Mrs. Simpson. But those tryouts for students, I believe, will happen at the first of the year. And it's like in years past, you don't have to be in choir to be a part of that. Also, the Elite Edition, I think they've starting this week, and especially after Thanksgiving, they'll be out in the community a lot doing their Christmas performances at the nursing homes or different places. So she keeps them very busy with different performances. So you'll see those kiddos out doing things.
So many extracurriculars too. We talk a lot about sports, but you guys have got so many different clubs and things that there's not really a reason someone shouldn't be involved in something.
That's correct. I mean, archery has their first practice, I think, tomorrow night. Our NHS and student council. But then you have esports, and we have somebody here recently just started up a card game club where there were students that reached out that they wanted to get together and play different card games and so forth. And that's just one of the great things. We have a great staff who sees that need and makes that niche for some kids, and there you go. Then that gives them that safe place and that extra reason to come to school. The
Decatur County Greensburg Marching Band, they were pretty successful this year as
well.
They
were, yeah. They've been very busy. They switched from the I'll get the names wrong, but I think it was the track circuit to the fall circuit, so they weren't performing at the state fair this past year, so it was all done throughout the fall season, and they just wrapped up here recently, but very successful throughout.
So as you look ahead to the rest of the school year, what are some of the highlights that you're ready for and looking forward to?
Well, we're going to start meeting with students when we get right back to start scheduling for the following year, and our counseling department will be busy with that, meeting with the juniors first, and they'll have time where they'll go down and meet with the 8th graders at the junior high and at St. Mary's as well, and getting those kids signed up. So it seems hard to believe, but we presented the curriculum at the school board meeting last night and got that all ready to go. So that's a huge step, and it's all part of the two with the class of 29 with the diploma seals and the new pathway set up from the state. So that's a huge focus in making sure that we've got everything ready to go, and we're in good shape with that. SATs for our juniors will be that first week in March, at that same time that we're playing a boys basketball sectional.
Always?
Yeah.
And with a little snow on top of it.
Yeah, probably some snow and all those other things. So, it's that grind, and you come back from Christmas break, but there's, we don't stop, and we're just keeping kids, learning and pursuing in the classroom.
And Coach Meyer, we're moving into our winter sports. Spring will be on the horizon, though it's not very far away.
Yeah.
So when do everybody conditions all year anymore? So that doesn't. It continues. But when do you kind of start roping in the kids to move into the spring sports as well?
We like you said, it's year round in all of our sports right now. So when January rolls around, they call it limited contact, where you can get in 2 or 3 days a week to practice. So our baseball, softball teams, our spring sports can get, and you can actually hold practice.
Okay.
Yeah, so the thing is with a school our size that we have so many kids playing multiple sports that you don't have your full team there, but you have that opportunity. So, and it's just like in the fall, our basketball teams are practicing basically 2 or 3 days a week before the season starts. So it's never ending. And Mike said it right there. It's kind of a grind to get through season, and there never being a break because they're going all summer as well. And then you throw on travel stuff on top of it. So there's a lot going on, and there's never really a downtime when you talk sports throughout the year, no matter what season that you're in. But it's also, we're seeing some of that successes with our teams. The coaches and players are putting in the time and kind of reaping the benefits of it.
I think too, looking at the athletics academically, you guys stand very high with that. You have so many that make the academic teams. How do you guys kind of reinforce that? As it's you got to balance between the athletics and school?
Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say, I think that's one thing that we do a great job of really making sure our student athletes are staying on top of that. It's a big thing for our coaches. I know myself, when I was a coach, I was always one of my favorite awards to give out were the academic all-state, that whether it's at the district or at the state level. And there are certain parameters that those juniors and seniors have to hit, whether it's certain GPA, SAT score. So there's a lot of things that go into that, and to have so many of them achieve that just talks about the character of the kid and what their parents are reinforcing as well. So, but I think it's just a norm that we have that expectation of our student athletes.
Mm-hmm. And I to piggyback that, I give a lot of credit to our coaches because it is an expectation, and it's kind of amazing. In the athletic office, we have 2 rooms in there, and a lot of our athletes, if they're in seminar, will come down to and they're all doing work. They're not in there just goofing around and what have you. So they do. And like I said, when you have that expectation as a whole and the coaches hold them accountable, great things happen.
Very good. Anything else coming up on the horizon for the Greensburg High School?
I'm just going to couple things that I didn't mention. One is that we were really proud of our 4 young ladies who were part of the Lily.
Yes, that's outstanding.
Finals. Yeah.
And I think they'll be on tomorrow, actually.
Yes, yeah. So I'll let them talk about that and that process. And I know that those announcements will be coming soon about the Lily. And also we had the fall letter jackets as well. Was a big thing that Jackson County Bank sponsored that, and we're just very thankful that continues, not just for it's majority the majority of our student athletes, but we also have some band kids and some academic team kids that get that as well. So great job to them, and a big thank you also to the Pirateers and cheerleaders for being at so many events as well. And their season gets really busy with all the girls and boys basketball games.
It doubles in time commitment. It does, yeah. Very good. On the sports horizon, anything else coming up that we need to be aware of?
Nope. Think we pretty much covered it. And winter sports, like we said, are kicked off. We're excited for it.
Yeah, we'll have basketball starting next week on the radio. Get that going back up. So we're excited for that too.
Good.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for being in with us this morning.
Thank you.
It's 10:20 here on Tree Country 1330.